I'm bored. You're bored. Let's get this over with. Alright, this will be part one of What If Asta Was a Pillar Man. As we left off, Asta was transported into the Black Clover world. If you really want to get more background, you can watch part zero. Alright. I said he ended up there, but I didn't say where he was. I didn't say which kingdom he was at, did I? Well, turns out he ended up smack dab in the middle of the border between the Spade and Clover Kingdom. Talk about convenient. At least it was very convenient for the man flying for his life, trying to keep baby safe. Oh yeah, I'm doing this. I am doing this. As he was flying, he actually saw Asta and decided to hell. If they don't find him, they're gonna find his baby. At least I can't risk that. I didn't want that on my conscience. So he swooped down and snatched Asta and continued to fly. But then he got hit by someone's fire magic. Luckily, it was fire magic, so it cauterized the wound he received. But then he got hit by an ice spike. He couldn't just take it out. That he'll bleed out before he can even get to the Clover Kingdom. So he had no choice but to keep flying and work through the pain until he reached uh, nowhere town, or should I say village. I don't really care. I know it's Hodge Village. Get off my back. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. I can feel you judging me. Either way, he makes it to Hodge Village and arrives right at the church and drops him off, knocks on the door, and he's gone. He didn't know how close those other mages were to him, so he decided to go back and confront them, knowing that and the baby Asta would be safe. But before he left, he had to make sure that someone would be there. Someone would open the door at least. Luckily, the priest did. And it's like in canon, Asta kicks the priest, but this time he sends him flying. Like he made a crater. He almost dropped both of them. It he was like, "What the hell?" Seriously, he's never seen a baby of all things have such a powerful kick. Just this red flag, he said, "Yeah, I might as well still take them in. I can't just leave them here. I am a man of God." And there they stay, not knowing where they came from, who left them there, or what could happen to them. So now we're going to have a time skip to, let's say, they're 9. And you knows using his magic, help helping out around the church while Asta is just out in the woods training like he does, which he doesn't train as hard as he does in canon. He has to train even harder because he was already pre-built without doing much of anything, as well as his strength being out of the charts when he was only a baby. He would crush boulders. He would chop down trees with one punch, and then his noise alerted a bear. So he also still has no magic. He only uses his raw strength. So he had no way to truly defend himself unless he could get close enough to the bear to at least scare it off or run away. This also he ain't scared of nothing, and he's had to square up. He's gonna throw some hands on. He didn't care. He didn't care who you are. He's an equal opportunity ass whooper. So he charged at the bears, and the bear charged straight at him, and he got smacked. His first strike actually missed, and bear smacked him and made him go through two trees. And so you're saying, what the hell? How could a bear be that strong? Well, bears here are strong as hell, but being surrounded by magic beasts and all that. Oh yeah, they gonna be complete beasts more than usual. Oh yeah, that's actually terrifying. What have I done? Either way, uh, also tries to get up, but there's these claw marks across his stomach. Started breathing all heavy, scared. He didn't know what could happen. He wasn't he wasn't ready to die, not yet. But the more he breathed, the he didn't notice something. His wound was closing. The claw marks, nothing he left, nothing but not even a scar. Like it never happened. Only his clothes was damaged. And he got up, took a deep breath, and relaxed. And, and he stood up to face the bear and said, "It's time for round two." Then he rushed at the bear, and with one punch, knocked the bear's head off. And also was conflicted about this. He's never killed a living thing before. Maybe the occasional bug or two, but nothing like this. Then he started to smell the blood of the bear as it was on his knuckles. His fangs showed themselves, but also couldn't see them. But he did see that his nails were more claw-like, the elongated and sharpened. He walked up to the bear and decided, all I need is a taste. I, I don't know why, but I want to at least try this. So he did, and then quickly spat out. Like, this is gross. What am I doing? he it felt weird, but he, he never had blood before. He only really ate those potatoes. He never needed blood, but he was somewhat drawn to it. He got a slight flashback of this strange man who took a bite out of his wrist and fed it to him. This man had fangs and showed a devilish grin. He didn't know this man, and from what he saw in that man's eyes, he didn't want to know. Also decided I can't just leave this bear here and maybe try the other beasts besides. It could be good for dinner. So he took the bear, his corpse, and, and dragged it back to Hodge Village. Everyone was shocked to see what Asta did. The priest started thinking, oh my god, that could have been me if I wasn't careful. If that boy had gone full force, I may not have been here. This scared him, but luckily they raised Asta to be a respectable citizen, or else who knows what he could have done. Sister Lily looked at Asta's clothes and wondered what happened to them. He said before he killed the bear swung at him and did this. She noticed there was blood on his clothes, and she asked if that was the bear's blood. He said, no, that was mine. The blood belonged to me. I don't know how, but I healed from the wound. My wounds healed for some reason. I have no idea how. Alan was surprised, especially the priest. She started thinking, what is this boy? He's abnormally strong. He heals incredibly fast. Huh. This this boy needs to be kept an eye on. We need to be sure he doesn't do anything too reckless. But can't deny that he is helpful. He doesn't cause that much trouble. He's calm in whatever he faces, but for a bear to do that to him, and this bear's claws were long as hell. Think of a half the size or length of Wolverine's claws from X-Men. You gotta know Wolverine. You gotta know him. He's dope as hell. He's one of my favorite X-Men. But yeah, so for also to survive such a thing was slim to none. He should be dead. If he didn't die instantly from shock or anything, he would have bled out slowly. Not too slow, but he would have suffered. But he didn't have time to really dwell on it. Asa was safe, and that's all that mattered. And heck, he brought back some meat. So at least he has something else to eat the potatoes with. So he can just see that as a blessing. Years went by, and now let's say they're 11. Yeah, this is when a drunk bastard decided, oh, this kid doesn't need this little pendant. It's too good for him. He doesn't need it. I can use it more than he could. And he takes it, you know, starts running back to the orphanage where he's caught up by Asta. Asta asks, what's wrong? Where's your necklace? As it's a pendant, and this drunk guy took it. What? And I assume you put up a fight at least. But he pushed me down. Well, just said he pushed me down. I couldn't. He's an adult. I can't overpower him. You can't. Out of my way. Shout, Asta, where are you going? I'm going to get your necklace back. Since you're too weak to do it yourself. I was surprised. He also could be cold, but he never downright said that was weak. He walked back to the orphanage with his head down. Then we cut to Asta with the drunkard. Asta yells, "Hey, I'm gonna need that necklace back." Drunkard just said, "Beat it, kid. This isn't yours. It's mine now. I bought it from this little kid." Asta wasn't buying any of that. Really? Did he have golden hair and brown eyes? Drunkard said, yeah, you know him. Well, I don't know that guy, but the one whose pendant that is, he has black hair. And you already failed the test. What test? Well, the test of whether I should either kick your ass, take the pendant, and possibly kill you. Stop. Junker just laughed like, "Kid, you can't kill me. I'm a grown man. You can't do anything to me. You're just a little brat." Yeah, true. I'm a little brat, alright, but there's two things you didn't really think about. One, you took that thing from an orphan, which I so happen to be as well. We may not have parents, but we do have each other. If you pick on one of us, you're picking on all of us. But luckily, I don't need everyone else. Drunker just starts laughing again, but louder. And decides, "You know what, kid? You're pissing me off, so how about this? I'll make your death quick. At least then I can save this ruined evening of mine and get a drink." Also laughs. "Well, give it your best shot." Because as soon as you use that grimoire of yours, your life is forfeit. Oh, whatever, kid. Let's see how long you last after before I can even open it. Also, already behind him, holding a piece of his shirt that had the man's beating heart in it. The man turned around, shocked, gasping, and then fell. Asta had just killed him. Then Yuno showed up, surprisingly alone. He didn't go get the priest or Sister Lily. And he saw everything. But what really scared him was Asta's eyes were glowing red. A deep, dark, crimson red. Just like a blood moon. Yuno was shocked, scared, and didn't know what to say. Then Asta walked straight up to the freshly made corpse, put the heart back, took Yuno's pendant, and dragged the body into the woods. Maybe maybe wondering, what the fuck, man? What just happened? Asta just killed the guy? That was unnecessary. Well, you gotta think. This isn't completely the Asta that we knew and loved. Now, is it? This Asta can be more ruthless. He, he will give you a chance. And if he sees some potential in you, or at the very least, thinks you may have some uses. Now, even if you try to attack him, he knows he could win. He he doesn't usually get into fights unless he knows he has a sure victory. This Asta will kill you if you go too far. He may not like it, but this is Asta. You may be wondering, when did this whole bloodthirsty, ruthless Asta came to be? Well, to know that, you're going to wait for the next part because I am out of here. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like, comment, and subscribe. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I don't care if you subscribe or not. I'm still gonna make a video if I want. At the very least, I'm gonna see how far I can go with this. I think it could be really fun. But yeah, I also just killed a guy. Will that be only corpse? Also decides to bury. Will he ever feel remorse? What will Yuno do after he saw what Asta did? like I said, you're going to find out in the next part. Goodbye, and sweet dreams, my children.